Hey guys, day 9 of Autism Awareness Month. So today I wanted to discuss sensory issues with autism. So it's so frequent that those diagnosed with autism will have some kind of sensory issues that it's actually included now in the diagnostic criteria for autism, because I think it's around like at least 90% of people with autism have either hypersensitivity or hyposensitivity. So hypersensitivity is being too reactive or overreactive to stimulus in the environment. Hyposensitivity is not being reactive enough or underreactive to the environment. So I've seen a lot of people describe, especially children with autism, as either sensory seeking or sensory avoidant. But that's not always the case. It is not always that cut and dry. For example, for my boys, whenever I describe some of their autism symptoms, I say that they just have sensory issues because they have both hypersensitivity and hyposensitivity in all senses. And even within the same senses, they can be avoidant and seeking in that sense for different things. So it gets really complicated. So it's really a person by person basis that you have to get to know the person or child with autism and know their triggers, know what they're sensitive to, know what they need, then know what things that you can do for them to add to their need for sensory input if they need that. So for example, like Carmelo, he both is hyper and hyposensitive to sounds because it's selective. He'll want to go in a closet if people are talking too much or there's too much noise going on and the TV's on. That's something that he doesn't want to watch. But on the other hand, he can be the loudest child. If you have a bell, he's not going to stop ringing that bell because he just wants to hear the sound of it. Drums, any kind of loud toys, he just won't shut it off. So there's a wide range of senses that they can overreact to or underreact to. Of course, you have your normal senses, like I've talked about before in a video, visual, vestibular, sense of smell, auditory, and pain is another sense that they can be oversensitive to or undersensitive to. And that one, for example, like Hiddo, when he was a toddler, stood in an ant pile when he was being walked by his grandmother, and she didn't realize until he was already getting bit, and he didn't realize. He didn't physically feel being bitten for quite a while, and he had no reaction whenever we were getting all the ants off of him. But then on the other hand, you can't brush his hair because he's too sensitive to the feeling of his hair being brushed. So yes, if you have a child with autism or work with anyone with autism, it's really dependent on the person, and you just have to get to know them and know what sensory issues that person has, and know that what works for one person is not necessarily going to work for another person. But there are awesome resources out there if you just type up if you know that someone needs deep pressure, you just look that up online, and there'll be tons of information and techniques of how to provide that, and different things that you can buy. Well, again, I hear that the kids are going crazy out there, so I'm gonna call it a day for this video. Till next time, guys. Bye.